What's the difference in the offense for a game like this, where it just seemed like the ball's not going in, and then the other night against Fairfield, where everybody was contributing and there was a more balanced effort?
I feel like we were moving the ball a lot, but just a lot of shots weren't going in. Like we had a lot of open shot misses that weren't dropping, so like those hurt sometimes, and we let that affect our defense, our transition, our press. So that's the difference, really.
Wheza, they come out of halftime on a 9-2 run. How much did that set the tone for?
Yeah, I mean,
20?
Coach always tells us we gotta start the half strong, and for some reason we didn't, and we paid for it. We lost by 5, and we stopped that run, and that's the game.
Was another slow start at home, not ideal. What do you think has kind of been behind that for you guys?
Me myself, I'm trying to figure out as well. I mean, I think it goes to practice. We did have 2 bad practices this week, so I think that affects everything. Like, we have to have good practices consistently, and everybody has to lock in. And while doing that, we'll play better, especially at home.
Going off of consistency, I know there's obviously a lot of new players this year. I think it's like 13 new guys.
Yeah.
Everybody except Oz. How's the gelling been so far? And what are your has it been hard establishing a rhythm, or are you guys still doing that?
Yeah, I feel like we're still establishing the rhythm. Obviously, learning the press and the motion offense has took some time, but I think that we're getting better every game, and we just got to keep at it.
It seems like the first 3 games back from Florida, that the defense in every game has been ahead of the offense. Is that something that you guys talk about, something you're trying to get a better flow on you're a little better at Fairfield, but then fell back a little bit tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Defense has been a big point in practice, and just being in the gaps and helping each other, not playing one-on-one, so it's been a big factor for us.
Just questions for Wes until we.
You made a comment earlier about having a couple bad practices. Give me an idea what happened in those practices that you feel like that it's causing some of the struggles during the games.
I mean, just the guys not being locked in, like, including myself. I was a big part of that, and just being together. We had a lot of bickering and stuff. You just gotta lock into the game plan and listen to what our coaches are saying, because they've won before. So a lot of us haven't won. So just listening to a winning culture and trying to build it back here.
And how about with you guys in terms of building that with the younger guys on the team? Do you feel like the leadership is sometimes lacking, or do you feel like it's just still a work in progress for you guys in that way too?
Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. I feel like it's lacking from us older guys, including me, and our young guys have really stepped up, just pushing us. So we had to be better as the older guys. We've been in college for 4 to 5 years, so it's on us really.
Wheza, you came off the bench and finished with a team high 15 points. What was your approach? It seemed like you really added a spark, especially in the first half when you guys were starting off slowly.
I mean, just helping my team any way I can. I'm not worrying about if you're on the bench or starting. None of that matters. Just as soon as you get in, just continue to play hard.
Okay. Thanks, Wes.
Yep. Congratulations to Hofstra. I really like their team. I mean, they were well coached, like tough as heck. We knew coming in would be a great challenge. They did a great job. Like you can tell their culture is really good. Like they're just the way they handle themselves, the way the players are leading, which is great. So very impressed by them. Very impressed by how they played. We did some good things, but like I think Wes probably alluded, we beat Fairfield. Had 3 lousy days of practice, and hard to practice that bad. Like we're trying to get across to how important every day is. And practice is important every day, and that's how we spend more time worried about effort, attitude, energy, things like that, and it's hard to get better. We make mistakes in how we play because we spend more time with the energy, effort, and that kind of stuff. And so probably typical of a team coming together, but it's also our 9th game, and I told them before the game we're 25% through the season. So it's a fourth of the season, and there's got to be some progress there. So. We didn't practice well. We didn't practice well for 3. I mean, I kicked them out. We came back we were off Saturday. We practiced Sunday morning, had to kick them out. Came back Sunday night. That shouldn't be happening. So we got to get better. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, it's not been, I think, and I thought they guarded us well. But, the game for us has to be faster. You know, I think you know how we want to play. It has to be faster. We're not a great half-court offensive team. That's just not our strength. We don't shoot the ball well enough. You know, just one of those deals. We got to get more stuff off turnovers. Got to get more stuff off offensive rebounds. And they hurt us on the glass the first half. I think they had 10 offensive rebounds the first half. You know, I think our first shot defense was tremendous the first half. I mean, good enough to be up by 8 or 10 points, but they kept getting offensive rebounds on us. You know, and so that's been hurting us for a while, and it's been talked about, practiced, done. I mean, it's just got to get better. You know. We told them there's no blinking from this program at all. We knew this would be a challenge. Absolutely knew it would be a challenge. Has it been more of a challenge than I thought it might be? Maybe so, but it doesn't. You can't. Big picture. I'm not really. It's like we're off tomorrow. Get better on Friday. Get better on Saturday. Play on Sunday, and we got to make some progress.
Tobin, they go on a run to start the second half. Wheza was saying that may have ultimately been the game.
Yeah.
The run.
Yeah. They had a hard time scoring the first half against our half-court defense, and they scored very, very easily the start of the second half. You know, and I thought when you get on a run at the end of the first half, that momentum hopefully carries you through the second half. And we get it to 2, hadn't made any shots, hadn't gotten anything easy, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom! I got to call a timeout again. We're down by 7 or 8 points in a game like that where it's no one's hitting shots. 7 points is a long ways to come. You know, and we made some runs here and there, but it was nothing. Nothing was easy. Credit to I thought they really defended us. I thought their defense. They're an offensive team. I thought they really guarded us well. Guarded us smart, well coached.
Did you expect that the defense to be that strong?
Yeah. I mean, I just think we have to get we're in the half court, we don't shoot it great, and we didn't shoot it great again tonight. So besides a few guys, everybody's going to sink back in us, and we got to have to get better with our ball movement. But the game's got to go faster. Maris game's slow, right? This game's slow. We don't want to play that way, and we got to work on that and get better.
Was mentioned about talking about the leadership and maybe how it was lacking a little bit. You made a comment just before about how you were impressed with Hofstra's leadership.
Yep.
Is that an issue right now, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think, listen, it's a situation where they've been together for a while. A lot of guys have been together for a long time, right? Darlington and Tyler, even 1 year makes a huge difference, right? So we're trying to speed things up a little bit, right? And now we're doing some adversity. How do we handle the adversity? So it's a matter of, I don't think it's anything we would expect. But I'm watching them for the game, and a lot of times they're talking, their players are talking, and with us it's still me talking. My voice is way too much right now. At some point it's got to become their team. That's just a player-led team goes a lot farther than a coach-led team, and our staff has been kind of bringing a lot of energy. We have a high-energy staff, but that's at some point our voice can't be the loudest voice in practice, in games, in warm-ups, all that kind of stuff. So I think we'll get there. But there's no guarantee you're going to get there. Sometimes you don't get there. So there's got to be some changes made from how we handle ourselves. And like I said, practice to me, my dad was a coach. I've been at practice since I was old enough to walk. And practice is important. Practice is important. You play well. If you practice well, you play well. I'm a 90. There's no gamers. There's no guys. Hey, I'm going to play well when the lights come on. You practice. You play how you practice. And last year, I hate talking about the past. We would be in and out in 45 minutes. We're going for we're practicing too long right now. It's taking too long to get it. So we've got to get better at that. They're great kids, and like Wes alluded to, a lot of these guys were learning how to win, right? So, and I think they want to win, but there's a lot of things going to win. And winning is hard. Winning is hard. You forget that winning any game at this level is hard. And I said initially, we're going to play a great schedule. I'd much rather play Hofstra tonight than somebody else. So we're going to play Hofstra, we're going to play St. Joe's, we're going to play Harvard, we're going to play Colgate. We got St. Francis of PA on Sunday. So we're always going to play a great schedule. So if we don't do what we're supposed to do, we get exposed. And I thought, was it awful tonight? No, but was it good enough to win? No, not at all.
Gene gets his first career start. What was the reasoning behind starting him?
Gene practiced well. Gene practiced really well. Gene practiced really well. I think Wes alluded to it too. He practiced really well. Listen, at the end of the day, Gene, let's be honest, Gene and JQ have been really good. And Sol's been very good. Our 3 freshmen, if you said to me right now, going into a game, who do you think you have the most confidence in? Which I would have thought of those 3 guys, those 3 guys have been terrific. And I thought Saunders gave us good minutes tonight. Saunders was good too. And Isaac's trying. Isaac's I've been playing for a long time. He's trying, but we're getting great effort out of those guys. But it should be a situation in the second half where they go on a run to start the second half, and we have to go to the freshmen. You know, and that's just right. Yeah, just the way it is. And so I've got to do a better job. I had lunch with Wheza and Joel yesterday. I've got to, we're going to keep. There's no. I got to connect better. You know, I got to do a better job with the guys and like. This is all new. It's a brand new team. It's all new, and so it's not going to always go as well as you want it to. And if it's going to get to be good, it's going to take some time. You know, and we all know. We told them, hey, I don't care about our record. I don't care about that kind of stuff at all. We got to get better as a team to be able to get ready for the conference season. But we'd like to win some games along the way as well.
Tobin, in the last 3 games, it certainly seemed to me that your defense is way ahead of your offense. At least the last 3 games.
Yep.
Fairfield not as much, but clearly Marison tonight.
Yep.
But on a good note, right, the 2 freshmen guards, Gene and JQ, were the reason you really shut down some very high-powered offensive players on Hofstra. I mean, that was positive.
Without a doubt. No, for sure. And I thought our defense the first half was terrific. Terrific. I mean, we're engaged, we're together, all that stuff, you know? But the offensive rebound, it's like, you know, you feel sometimes like you're at a wall and there's water coming out, you try to plug a hole here, then you gotta plug a hole here. I mean, like the turnovers hurt us against Marist, the turnovers hurt us, the missed free throws hurt us. And then tonight was your offensive rebound hurt us a little bit. And there's just like some weird things happen, like come out of a timeout, we throw the ball, and then we literally throw the ball off our hands and get the ball and go in and dunk it. I mean, and like we must lead the country in a team scoring the last 3 seconds of a shot clock on out of bounds plays. Right? I mean, I just turned like we have a way of guarding out of balance plays. I'm not sure we've been. I mean, we don't get scored out of balance plays the whole game. But if it gets to 3 seconds, I'm like, well, they're going to score. You know, I don't understand it. They hit big shots but that's a good team. That's a good team.
How do you navigate something like what's kind of going on with the Don? Some days he feels like he's feeling it. Some days he just can't get anything going right.
Yeah, he was like hesitant after he missed a couple shots. And like we never want to play tentative. Never want to play tentative offensively. You know, play tentative defensively, but with our press and how we play, like play loose, play free, make shots and make up for the defensive end. So you can just tell as he didn't make shots, he started getting a little more tentative, and you just can't play that way. You know, we never take guys out for bad shots. Probably saying, I don't even handle substitutions for the most part. Let the assistants handle it. Like we never take them out for bad shots or missed shots. We take them out for defensive stuff and things like that. So he's got to play looser with more freedom. But at the end of the day, we're not a missed shot, made shot program. So like we got to find out. You're a miss with shots some nights. You can't control that. You got to win games when you miss shots. And we didn't. You know, we didn't shoot the ball well, but that can't be the reason you lose. You know, but Wes shot the ball well.
What do you do to fix the offense at this point?
I want to play faster. I want to play faster. I thought they start the game, we got stops. Like we want to go in transition. We're kind of like the jogging Gaels. You know, we're just kind of all jogging in a pack. You know, our best rim runner, the guy who runs the floor the best, is Oz, and when he gets back, that'll make it better. But like we got to go in transition, get the game going faster. We got to turn teams over more and get some more stuff off our press. Press is better at times. We still some things not doing great there, but like I'd like to score in the 80s and 90s, you know. And we're not holding anybody back. We're trying to go. We're just not going. We're not playing as free and easy, you know. And I'm sure, listen, these guys want to win. There's probably a lot going on their minds too. What's going to happen, and it's never the player's fault, right? We're in this together. So like I got to do a better job. You know, we all got to do a better job. That's what I told them. So it's us. You know, it's not them. It's not me. It's like how do we come together? You know. And I do think this team, you know, this will be a really good team as we move forward. I really believe that. And like we're going to go right back to work tomorrow and get better.
Tobin, 9 games down. I know obviously you guys brought in like 13 new guys, but throughout this early part of the season, what have you liked, and what are some things that are holding you guys back from establishing more consistency? Good
question, right? I love the freshmen. I love their attitude. I love their energy. I love what they've done. I haven't blinked at all. They play well in close games. They make plays. Like Gene's making plays tonight, which is great. Sultan makes plays. I thought Sultan's defense again was really good. So that part's been really good. You know, I thought that part's been good. They're hard workers. Like they're in the gym all the time. They're working all the time. They're working on we're shooting. We're doing the extra stuff. All the extra workouts. We're doing all that stuff. Getting better at that part. We just haven't meshed. You know, there's a little bit of probably. You know, it's all new. So like, do I really want to fully invest in everything that's going on, right? And we got to get over that hurdle. You know, it's different. Like how we play is different. how we do things a little bit different, how we play. And so they've got to kind of like just get over the last hurdle. Just play that way. So that's been the frustrating part. There's been not pushback, but just a little bit like, hey, is it like we play really hard? We don't play a lot of guys. Like we need to have our bench give us valuable minutes every night. We're gonna play 9 or 10 guys, right? And that's got to be consistent. But where's that? It comes from practice. We've not been a good practice team. That's the biggest problem. My biggest problem. We're not been a great practice team, and so I know once we become a great practice team, we'll become a very good basketball team. So that's my biggest frustration, you know. And I love practice. I don't like the games at all. The games are too stressful with it. But the practices to me are the most. You can teach and you can work and you can get better, and you got to be competitive. We had Gary Springer here today. Gary Springer's an unbelievable player, and he's like talking about how, you know, in the old days they used to fight all the time. It was competitive. They fight. They would go after each other. We haven't got to that point yet, you know. We're a little bit like some days one team's good, some days the other team's good. It's got to be competitive every day, you know. And that's when we'll start getting really good. So that's the part we got to become a better practice team. And I think it just comes from the fact that like some of these guys are from places where that wasn't the case, you know. But to win, you have to be good every day, you know, because the shots don't fall every day, things don't happen all the time. So that's the part that's been a little frustrating. We were a great practice team at the last 2 places I've been. Unbelievable. That took a lot of work, and you know, and the reality is like next year at this time we'll be that way. It just takes time. We're trying to get this whole thing sped up to where we get to this year, you know. So, but
Did you purposely shorten the bench tonight?
no. I felt we had to, you know. It's like you asked me that question last time too, and I'm like, no, I'd like to play. I don't even see the minutes. What the minutes? But like, we should be playing 9 guys double figure minutes. Do we get to that? Yeah.
Yeah, 9 played at least 11, and then Terrell played 2.5.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd like to be able to go 9 or 10 guys with double. But the second half, we didn't play. We probably go as deep as we had to, you know. And Isaac does a lot of good things defensively. He's got to get better offense. He's got to finish right. I mean, he has some problem basket. He's got to finish, but he's working. Man, Isaac Bryce is working. He's going to be a really good player. He just not quite. I mean, you look out there sometimes, and there's 2 freshmen or 3 freshmen on the floor at the same. You know, Saunders, Gene, JQ. That's hard. That's hard to do. So once we get the whole crew to be as effective as they can be, that's going to be a huge benefit for us. But they're going to put me in a home if I keep talking about how good we're going to. Enough of the hey, we got to get there. I mean, it's got to happen because right now it's not happening. You know, to win at a high level.